Here's my recap of today. Showed up at my mom's, I don't know, probably around 6 o'clock. Went in there. She was in her room. I knocked on the door. She didn't answer, so I went down and got the guy to let me in. Walked down, got in. As soon as I entered it, she's weird about the door once it's shut, but as soon as I entered, it smelled horrific, like so bad. But as you can see from the video, she pooped, and the guy's like, oh, he's so nice. He just tries. And I should mention that he had been alone all day from 2 until 10, and he thinks there's about 14 people that he's taking care of. He's supposed to have 2 or 3 people. It's just one. Him, nicest guy. So he let me in, and he's like, I don't know what to do about the smell. I washed the floor yesterday. I don't know about the smell. So I opened the drawer, the bottom drawer, and there was poop and pee. And it was like, oh my gosh, the smell gagged. And then he's like, oh, there's another one. So we opened the second drawer from the bottom, and there was a huge, giant turd. It looked like a nugget. I gagged everywhere. Got her to take a shower, got her out. I was cleaning up the apartment, got her clean, got all the clothes on. I found poop on the bed, like a smear mark. It just smelled so bad in there. I can't even describe the actual smell of it. It's just horrific. I locked myself out while I was cleaning. I took something out. I locked myself out, and I looked over, and there was an elderly woman who I've seen there multiple times. I thought it was her daughter, but her name was Deborah. And she's like, oh, hey, do you need a key? And I thought I had it on video, but my phone's sick and didn't capture this moment. But she came in. She's like, oh, yeah. She's like, I've complained about your, or not maybe complained, but the smell of your mother's unit is awful. And I was like, oh, please come in. I thought the phone was recording, and it wasn't. And she said that she had smelt this room, and it was horrible, and it wasn't being cleaned. And there was another woman down the hall to the left of my mother. If you're looking at my mother's door, down the left, where this woman had come out with her diaper halfway down and complained like, oh my God, I can't go out here like this. And she's like, it's multiple people. The smell is really bad. So she went and got cleaning supplies. So she came back. She's like, hold on. So she left. She left her purse in my mom's unit, and we kind of milled around cleaning up and all this stuff. And she came back with a whole bag of cleaning supply and a bag of towels. And she told me that she is a volunteer. She was a volunteer, but now she works there. And she is the person who kind of is like their activity director, but for memory care. And she was embarrassed, just not like knew this was wrong. I don't want to say astounded, but that there was nothing for them to engage their minds. So she was there to do something that would make their minds work. And she said she worked with my mother, and my mother had a great day one day, I don't know, last week. And it was just Johnny on the ball, had great comments, and just was like very lucid. And she kept saying the smell. And so we put spick and span on the floor, and we used our feet to clean it. I went on my hands and knees because I just normally do, but we used hands. She used her feet to clean it. I cleaned it. There's so many towels, so much urine everywhere. And then she continued to say that she was disgusted with everything. And the lady down the hall, if you look at my mother's unit to the left, the daughter or something had complained multiple times to management. And I said, well, management's not going to work. They hire these people. They pay them low wages. They don't get the best people. And now today, it's only one person dealing with all these individuals. And she said, and she was kind of talking softly because she didn't want to get fired and she didn't want to be like exposing this, said that she'd been there before, and she was, this guy who's the nicest, was working alone, and she spent extra time helping him, serving the people dinner or lunch or whatever meal, cleaning up after it. And Stormy, the facility manager, had walked by, saw her doing this, and still continued to walk out, but didn't help or recognize her effort, didn't make it right. And she came in and she squirted that place down like you've never imagined. She just felt guilty. Her mother passed away 5 years ago, and my mother's apartment smells so bad. So she sprayed everywhere, all over the French table that does not accept spick and span. God, ruined the fucking table, but who cares? It doesn't matter. And then she had said that my mother's unit had smelled so bad, and she spent at least half an hour, and she felt guilty, and she thought about this all the time. Not my mother's unit, but just in general, the lack of care that occurred in this facility. It left her awake at night. Helped clean, like she cleaned everything from head to toe, to the point where I was like, I want to go home. But she left her purse. She came back multiple times, and my mom kept complaining of how hungry she was. And the guy, when I arrived, said that, no, I fed your mother. She's fine. He wasn't saying like I was worried or anything, but he said, no, she ate dinner. And so this lady also reiterated to me that she brought fish and pasta or whatever to my mother, and had previously brought carrot cake and chips and another bag of chips because my mother was hungry, and my mom loves chips, and ate it all down. And then she helped me clean, and we're trying to get out of there. And she went back and got my mother another meal, a full meal. This woman really reiterated to me that there's a lack of staff, there's a lack of care. How can one person take care of 14 people? If there was an emergency, how would that person do that? Like, how would one person take care of 14 people if there's an emergency? So he worked with one person, and she told me that wasn't the first time that this happened. So I got my mom, I ripped my mom's bed apart. She had urine on socks. There's a lot of urine in this place. It's not incontinence. I am the reverse of potty training. And she's going to the bathroom everywhere. She didn't have a diaper on when I took her into the shower. She hadn't been showered, and her hair was so greasy. She wasn't showered until the last time I showered her. And there was shower soap, like they had these little tubes that they'd brought in. And there was a brand new bottle, and the seal was still on it. So that led me to believe that she hadn't been showered since the last time that I showered her, which was last Thursday. So if today, I don't know the dates, I'll have to double check, but today is Friday the 18th. So last Thursday was the last time I was there, when I cleaned her apartment from head to toe. And this woman constantly reiterated that there's so much lack of attention to detail. My mother is not potty training, reverse potty training, and not wearing a diaper, taking it off. There was fecal on her bed. And when she was sitting on the bed after I got her out of the shower, I don't know how she did it, but she picked up like a piece of paper, and this lighter will be it, but she's like, what's this? And it was a turd. There was a piece of poop in her bed that she was holding on to and handed it to me. That can't be healthy. The worker came down and was like, hey, I'll mop the floors, but we had already cleaned it all up. This lady was insanely clean. Like, she's like, what are you gonna do about the bed? So I took the sheets off, and I found a fitted sheet, and there's no cover on it right now, like no mattress pad. I put 2 pee pads down, like the cloth pee pads that they have that are probably like a 2x3, if you will, 2.5 by 2.5, 2 by 2.5. I put those down, and then I put a sheet over it, and then I put her fitted sheet under it, put a new sheet down. I put the comforter that I cleaned from last week that I walked in on, had fecal all over it. I laid that down because I washed it. And last week, when I was telling the worker, like, there's so much all over the place, and she told me that the washer and dryers were down. So I'm finding a theme that my mom's hungry, And that could just be the Alzheimer's and her brain not thinking she ate, but I don't know if it's her stomach telling her, but she's still got that connection. She's constantly hungry, and she is constantly living in fecal and urine everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. There's a mattress pad, but that doesn't take away the urine. And she has asthma, so she's taking in all the ammonias of urine. You walk in, your feet stick. Like, Deborah was like, oh my gosh, like, it's bad in here. I'm like, oh my God, I know. So it was disgusting. I gagged a lot. It was a giant turd. It was like a chicken McNugget that had 2 of them stacked on top of them, maybe 2.5. It was repulsive, and it was urine everywhere in the drawers. A nice guy too. He took them away, cleaned them. I gagged everywhere, but I thought maybe the answer would be not to put these drawers back so she won't pee and poop in them. Nope, right back. So April 18th, diary to Anne. Actually, diary of Nora's life. I'll do one more of what happened last week because I didn't diary it, but I got to watch the video to redo it because this video cut off when I had Deborah admitting and talking about all this, but it is what it is.